Imagine yourself navigating the ebb and flow of an ordinary day, the routine hum of life providing a comforting backdrop. Everything appears predictable until, without a warning, a sudden grip seizes you from behind, plunging you into a disorienting darkness. The world blurs and consciousness slips away, only to return to a nightmare, bound, chained, and silenced by an ominous force. This surreal plunge into the abyss mirrors the startling reality that befell Kayla Brown, becoming the chilling overture to the unsettling tale of Todd Kohlhepp's malevolence. Join us at Crime Scene Archives as we embark on a journey through the shadows, exploring the twists and turns that eventually exposed Kohlhepp's reign of terror. Viewer discretion advised. This video contains graphic content related to crime scenes. It is intended for educational purposes only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Todd Kohlhepp's early life seemed unremarkable, but beneath the surface there were signs of troubling behavior. Born on March 7, 1971 in Florida, Kohlhepp's parents divorced when he was a child. He moved to South Carolina with his mother, and it was during this time that he began to display disturbing tendencies. He reportedly showed an early fascination with violence and cruelty towards animals, a common trait found in the histories of many serial killers. After graduating from Abbeville High School in 1989, Kohlhepp attended the University of South Carolina, where he earned a degree in computer science. Despite his academic achievements, his dark inclinations persisted. In 1986, at the age of 15, he was convicted of kidnapping and raping a 14-year-old girl in Arizona. This early act of violence foreshadowed the more heinous crimes he would commit later in life. Kohlhepp served 15 years in prison for this offense before being released in 2001. After his release, Kohlhepp managed to keep a low profile for several years, concealing his violent past. He became a licensed real estate agent, blending into the community and leading a seemingly normal life. However, beneath the facade of normalcy, he harbored a dark and twisted desire for control and dominance. The investigation into Kohlhepp's crimes began in earnest in November 2016, when Kayla Brown, who had been missing for 2 months, was discovered chained inside a metal storage container on his property in Woodruff, South Carolina. Brown's rescue opened a horrifying chapter, revealing not only her captivity, but also Kohlhepp's connection to a series of unsolved murders. The harrowing case involving Kayla Brown and her boyfriend, Charles Carver, unfolded as a result of a series of events that raised suspicions and eventually led investigators to Todd Kohlhepp's doorstep. Kayla Brown and Charles Carver had been reported missing in late August 2016 by their friends and family after they failed to make contact for an extended period. The couple was last seen on August 31, 2016, and their loved ones become increasingly alarmed as days passed without any sign of them. Friends and family members initiated a search, reaching out to local law enforcement agencies to report the disappearance. The breakthrough in the case came in early 2016, when investigators received information that Kayla Brown might be on Todd Kohlhepp's property in Woodruff, South Carolina. This crucial tip came from a real estate agent who had been hired by Kohlhepp to clean the property. It was during the cleanup that the agent heard banging noises coming from a metal storage container on the premises. Acting on this information, law enforcement officers went to Kohlhepp's property on November 3, 2016, armed with a search warrant. Upon their arrival, they discovered the locked metal container and, to their shock, found Kayla Brown inside, chained by the neck. The container was outfitted with a crude living space, suggesting that she had been held captive there for an extended period. The rescue of Kayla Brown was a critical turning point in the investigation, and it revealed the horrifying extent of Todd Kohlhepp's crimes. Brown informed investigators that Charles Carver, her boyfriend, had also been on the property but was now deceased. Subsequent searches on the property uncovered Carver's body, as well as evidence linking Kohlhepp to other unsolved crimes, including the Superbike Motorsports quadruple murders. The quadruple murders linked to Todd Kohlhepp, commonly known as the Superbike Motorsports murders, occurred on November 6, 2003, at Superbike Motorsports, a motorcycle shop in Chesnee, South Carolina. The victims of this heinous crime were Brian Lucas, Scott Ponder, Beverly Guy, and Chris Sherbert. On that fateful day, a customer entered the motorcycle shop and discovered the lifeless bodies of the 4 victims. Brian Lucas, the shop's owner, along with his employee, Scott Ponder, mechanic Chris Sherbert, and Beverly Guy, who worked in the shop's accessory department, had all been shot and killed. The crime scene was marked by the brutality of the murders, leaving the community in shock. The initial investigation into the Superbike Motorsports murders yielded limited leads, and the case went unsolved for several years. And the case became one of South Carolina's most infamous unsolved mysteries. The breakthrough in the case came in 2016, when Todd Kohlhepp was arrested for the kidnapping of Kayla Brown and Charles Carver. During the course of the investigation into Brown and Carver's captivity, Kohlhepp confessed to the Superbike Motorsports murders. His admission shocked investigators, as it provided a long-awaited resolution to a case that had remained unsolved for over a decade.
Do you want to help yourself and tell me where the body's at so we can go recover Charlie's body?
No, sir.
You don't want to?
No, sir.
Okay.
Todd Kohlhepp claimed that the motive behind the Superbike Motorsports murders was a dispute over a motorcycle. According to his confession, he had visited the shop to inquire about a motorcycle and became embroiled in an argument with the victims. Fueled by anger, Kohlhepp resorted to violence, shooting and killing all 4 individuals. Kohlhepp's confession to the quadruple murders played a crucial role in the legal proceedings against him. In May 2017, he pleaded guilty to all charges related to the Superbike Motorsports murders, receiving 4 additional life sentences without the possibility of parole. This guilty plea spared the families of the victims from enduring a trial, but provided them with a semblance of closure. The resolution of the Superbike Motorsports case was a pivotal moment in the larger context of Todd Kohlhepp's criminal activities. It highlighted the interconnected nature of his crimes and showcased the importance of his confession in bringing justice to the victims and their families. The quadruple murders, once shrouded in mystery, became a critical piece of puzzle that ultimately led to Kohlhepp's conviction for multiple heinous crimes. Kayla Brown's survival and her account of the events provided crucial evidence against Kohlhepp and helped law enforcement build a comprehensive case against him. The rescue not only brought an end to her captivity, but also played a pivotal role in exposing the serial killer and solving multiple cold cases. The circumstances surrounding Kayla Brown and Charles Carver's disappearance and the subsequent discovery of Kayla on Kohlhepp's property highlighted the importance of community involvement and the collaboration between law enforcement and citizens in solving crimes. The case also underscored the persistence of investigators in following up on leads and tips, ultimately bringing a dangerous criminal to justice. The horror did not end there, though. The case involving Johnny and Megan Coxey is another tragic chapter in Todd Kohlhepp's criminal history. The couple had gone missing in December 2015, and their disappearance initially remained unconnected to Kohlhepp's crimes until the investigation into Kayla Brown kidnapping revealed shocking details. Kohlhepp admitted to the murders of Johnny and Megan Coxey, a couple who had vanished in December 2015. Their remains were discovered on Kohlhepp's property, adding to the growing list of his victims. The meticulous details of his crimes, which included chaining his victims, underscored a calculated sadism that sent shockwaves through the nation. Even becoming a licensed real estate agent in South Carolina. This duality, the dichotomy between his public persona and his dark criminal tendencies, added a layer of complexity to his case. The motives behind Kohlhepp's crimes remained elusive, shrouded in the enigma of his psyche. Whether driven by a thirst for power, a warped sense of control, or other factors, the case of Todd Kohlhepp forced investigators to confront the unsettling reality that monsters can lurk in plain sight. In total, Todd Kohlhepp was linked to at least 7 murders, making him one of the most notorious serial killers in recent history. His modus operandi included shooting, strangling, and chaining his victims. The motives behind his crimes are still a subject for speculation, but his actions reveal a deeply disturbed individual with a propensity for violence and control. All of the cases revealed a pattern of violence, abduction, and murder in Todd Kohlhepp's criminal history. His crimes spanned over a decade, and the revelation of each case painted a chilling portrait of a remorseless serial killer. In May 2017, Kohlhepp pleaded guilty to numerous charges, including multiple counts of murder, and received multiple life sentences without the possibility of parole. The resolution of these cases brought a measure of justice to the victims and their families, but the lasting impact of Kohlhepp's atrocities remains a haunting chapter in the annals of criminal history. As we conclude our exploration into the chilling saga of Todd Kohlhepp and the nightmarish ordeal endured by Kayla Brown, the shadows cast by his malevolence extend beyond one victim. Tragically, the echoes of his crimes resonate in the heart-wrenching case of Lisa Holm, a young girl who, unlike Kayla, never saw the light of day again. Lisa's disappearance, much like Kayla's, gripped communities with fear and uncertainty. The connection between these cases serves as a stark reminder of the insidious nature of evil that lurks beneath the surface of seemingly ordinary lives. Watch our video on Lisa Holm to discover her horrific ordeal. Join us in reflecting on the profound impact of these heinous acts as we strive to shed light on the darkness that enveloped the lives of these innocent victims. May their stories fuel our collective commitment to justice and awareness, ensuring that the memory of those who suffered is never forgotten. Thank you for joining us at Crime Scene Archives, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel where we navigate the shadows to unravel the truth behind these haunting narratives.